How do you become an inevitable millionaire? Why do I want everyone in my audience to be a millionaire? Because I want you to live an extraordinary life. I want life to be your masterpiece. I want you to have the power of choice. Wealth creates the opportunity to make decisions of courage, not fear. Wealth brings the ability to make a sharp right turn when opportunity presents itself. How do you get on a track where if you keep working on your skill set, you keep working on your mindset, you keep working on your money paradigm, that you have an open-ended enough opportunity to make money that you can get there. I want you to know that you have inside of you everything you need and that the opportunity is yours. The floor is yours. There is no dress rehearsal. This is your life. Life is now. Make every single day count. Now is your moment. I want you to take some time to do your self-work, to process to release, to allow yourself to not be operating in a box based on old wounds, but instead to extract, to go out and to accomplish your goals and dreams because of the things that you've been through. We have to recognize that in every moment we have the power to decide whether those choices align with our past or whether those choices align with our future is completely and entirely up to us. In order to release all of the wounds and all of the things that don't serve us in becoming the person that our dreams require, what investments do we need to make in this self-work?
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the last bonus session of the Inevitable Millionaire launch this month. I just want to introduce myself real quick. Most of you aren't used to seeing me on camera. I am the Vice President of Marketing at Kelly Roach Coaching. I do a lot of the behind the scenes work, but I'm very excited to get to be with you all live today. Share a little bit about this amazing program. It's super fun. We're seeing so much impactful impact happening across the board, and I'm very excited to introduce you to a couple of people today who are in the program and get to hear their story. But to get started, before we bring them on, I have Nicole with us. Nicole, give us a quick intro and give us the rundown on what it's like to be the community manager for Inevitable Millionaire.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. So I'm Nicole. I am the community manager inside the Inevitable Millionaire, and it is just amazing just to see the breakthroughs and the support and the love each of our members have for each other, and being able to see that sizzle reel, what we just saw, it just always gives me goosebumps because it's really exciting to see just what's possible when you invest in yourself and focus on yourself and set the boundaries to be able to give yourself the time dedicated to achieve your dreams and accomplish your goals. So it's really such an honor to have the opportunity to work with all of these amazing people and getting to know them in a multitude of ways, as well as being able to cheer them on their personal wealth and generational wealth and growth stories. So it's really quite the honor for me, and it's really fun to just see the transformations each and every week.
Absolutely. And for anyone who is joining us at the tail end of this launch or who's going to be watching this in a replay, so Inevitable Millionaire is amazing personal development incubator. It's 12 months long. The access to Kelly Roach is really unprecedented. You get face-to-face time throughout that entire 12 months. And so we're really excited to offer this. We did have a launch in May. We are wrapping up. Today is our final day. We are going to have a call tonight. If you are interested in being on that call or haven't talked to anyone about that, please just let us know in the chat and we'll get you connected. That's right. Nicole's your girl, which is a good point. If you are still trying to figure out, is this the investment for me? I'm not 100% sure that I'm there yet. Talk to Nicole. She'll give you all the information. We can get you really understanding what this means for your future. I am a mother of two. I have a 6-year-old and it's almost 3-year-old. So I understand like there's a lot of competing priorities. But the one thing that I have taken away is that if you're not investing in yourself, right, you can't truly invest in others. And so that's really what this program is designed to do, is to help you get in touch with that person that's inside that maybe something's been holding you back. And it goes across the board. This is not just for business owners. Like this is for everyone. And Nicole, tell us just a little bit. I know we saw all the little snippets. We're seeing some really cool stories. But talk to me a little bit about what it's been like to chat with people about the program as they've come in. And we're only in the first month for those who joined in May.
Oh, absolutely. And I know that when getting folks enrolled and up and running, there's a lot of excitement and butterflies in their stomachs because of just what's to come and what's the potential and the opportunity that they see. So getting folks enrolled has really been a lot of fun because we've been able to just really focus on them and focus on their goals, what they want to accomplish, and really setting up the roadmap to be able to do so. in whatever way, shape, or form works for them. So what's cool about this program and this mentorship inside the Inevitable Millionaire is that we're providing kind of the roadmap and the activities and the actions to be implementing each and every week to help you take steps and steps further towards hitting that end goal. So just learning about all the different types of goals that our members have, whether it is wanting to buy a new home or whether it is to earn an additional dollar amount inside their business, or whether even to retire their husband or spouse. It's really exciting to see how each person has a different goal that is important to them. And the members inside the community just are so supportive and up level each other so that we're all winning together versus having competition between each other. So that's been really cool to see that inside this dynamic, we do have a group of supportive and insightful people who are looking out for the best for each other so that we can all rise together versus competing separately. So that's been really cool.
Absolutely. And for the people watching, so Nicole and I are also participating in this program. And I will tell you the one thing that I really love. I get on Facebook, you get on your feeds and it's just a lot of negativity. This has completely changed that. I get on and what I see is all of these people building each other up, these success stories, amazing, an amazing, person. They completely customize the front of their workbook and like these great stories. And I just absolutely love it. And so the community, getting to be with like-minded people, it's really powerful. So, and I know we're going back and forth here. And so we've got some people who are going to join us here in just a few minutes. I want to hit the high notes on the program. And so anyone who's been around in the Kelly Roach world for a while knows that these great pricing options, they don't stick for long, right? Because we know that there's a lot of value there. And the one thing I love about this program is that Kelly has priced it very reasonable to get as many people in, right? This good faith effort to be like, I'm going to pay it forward. So just so everyone is aware, you can go to inevitablemillionaires.com, check out the sales page. It's $327 a month. And then if you pay in full, it's $3,500 a year. The cool thing about the pay in full is we still have just a handful of seats available for an in-person event. Nicole, share with us a couple of details about what
You read my mind. Did you see me going to unmute? Because I was just like, I need to talk about this. So when it comes to our in-person events, I geek out about it because one, having that in-person opportunity is just game changer in of itself. Just having the opportunity, because we work virtually, so having that like internet, like computer hug is very different from having an actual hug, and being able to have that opportunity to be in person just is game changer in and of itself, because it allows you to create even further bonds than you've done so online, and being able to know that there are people that you may not have met that are your besties online, and then coming in person to be able to see them front and center and being able to give a hug, it just warms the heart and fills up the cup. And then when it comes to in-person events, we don't do in-person events that often. And in our coaching programs, only our upper tier programs have them, and they only have them maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Mm-hmm. And all of those members have shared time and time again that the cost of the investment in those programs, which are $40,000, $80,000, depending on the program, is worth the whole cost of the investment just for the in-person opportunities. So being able to meet in person with Kelly in the flesh, to be able to review the mindset, personal wealth, and growth areas just can really accelerate the growth that you are going to go through inside the Inevitable Millionaire. So that event is on September 2nd. It's a Friday, so why not give yourself a long weekend and have some fun, and extend your visit for some personal development focus in the beginning of the visit, and then maybe a long weekend afterwards. So that's just a little bit about why the in-person event is going to be such a game changer, and even at this price point is insane. So I definitely would recommend you jumping on that now, if you are thinking about getting on the inside.
Yep, absolutely. I saw we had several more people come in last night. So the cart will close. The cart closes today. Please, if you have time, join us for the Zoom session this evening. Again, just drop something in the chat if you haven't heard about it. Nicole's reaching out to as many people as we can, because we want to get everybody in here with us. Let's see. I had a couple of other notes that I wanted to hit. Oh, the content. So we've been sending out replays. We've been sending out free podcast, exclusive access. Please check your inbox if you have not. There was some really valuable content in there. And then, Nicole, what happens at the end of the launch with all of our content?
Yeah, so once the workshop comes to an end and we complete, because at midnight tonight, the content will no longer be available. We do have it accessible for our Inevitable Millionaire members. So for those that haven't joined yet, but are jumping on in, if you hadn't had an opportunity to go through the whole workshop, don't worry, because you will have access to that content moving forward. We just do pull it off of our public platforms. So that is something that you still have access to. And then jumping into the Inevitable Millionaire, we do have a jumpstart focus inside the portal so that you can get rocking and rolling right off the bat. As soon as you get registered, you can get access to the portal, access that jumpstart, and get started right away. Our next call is actually on Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So jumping in right now, you'll have the next, day and a half, 2 days to be able to dive into that portal, get access to that jumpstart, get access to the previous sessions that we've done so far, so you can get all caught up in time for Thursday's call. So that's something that's really exciting. We're also going through a 6-week financial becoming a money magnet type boot camp with everyone inside the Inevitable Millionaire. And we kicked off with session 1 last week of that 6-part session, and it's just been insane with the work that we're doing so that we can be able to not only just attract more money and more wealth, but we can also set ourselves up to be more intentional with how we're using our time, how we're managing our finances, and being focused to be able to set and hit our income goals in whatever way, shape, or form that looks like. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you are an intrapreneur, or whether you're just working to grow your own career and just elevate where you're at now, this is an opportunity and a place for you to be able to do so.
Yeah, I will say it's like getting to learn how to advocate for yourself. There's so much of it that you feel like, oh, I know that, but we don't do it. Especially as a working mom, there's a lot of conflict there. There's a lot of, oh, well, I can't do that, or can't do this, or I should spend time doing this or that or the other. And you start to finally, this puts it all in front of you, and you visualize it, and you realize that you're worthy of it, that you deserve it. And, and you can go after it, and you can go after it right now. And I think that's been the most amazing thing is that, there are people who are literally making significant changes and getting unblocked in like day 1. And that's the cool part. I think we have our first guest with us. Hi, Tiffany.
Hello. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So I have not actually gotten to meet you in person. So everyone's getting to see us introduce ourselves.
Amazing.
But yeah, so thankful that you're going to spend some time with us today.
Oh,
also,
yeah, it's my pleasure.
Excited to have you in the group. So yeah, would you start with kind of an introduction, and what you think about the program?
Yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure. So hi, everyone. So happy to be joining you all here today. My name is Tiffany Human. I am a full-time career strategy coach. I really focus on empowering ambitious professionals from all around the world to fast track their career success, really level up in their salary earning potential without compromising their well-being, and doing all of this in record time. The first chapter of my career was very much focused in the corporate Fortune 500 space, where I had been for over 13 years myself, and a huge inspiration as to what got me into starting my own entrepreneurial business journey. A lot of things that were never taught, never talked about coming out of school into the workforce. And I've really learned some of those the hard way, that it can really stand in your way as a young professional and even mid and later stage professional in not not really working towards the progression in the way that you'd like. So this has been a huge motivation for me to be able to give back and really support people all around the world who want to deliver on their goals, do it in a faster way with less stress, less lost time, keeping them from doing that. And so that's a little bit what brought me into this space. I've been in my business for 2 years now, a little over 2 years, full-time as of a little over a year. And this program just spoke to me. I mean, for a little bit of context, I had been following Kelly for quite some time, actually dating back quite close to the start of doing my business. And I think just at that time, I was still building a lot of the foundational work, still feeling out exactly what I wanted my business to look like, what my offers were. But I always kept her in the back of my mind and was in touch with what she was working through. And when Inevitable Millionaire came, on the scene, it really caught my attention because this was the year 2022 where I told myself it's like all about leveling up. It's just like expansion of growth in all areas of the word. So I knew that I was already taking initiatives on my end to really level up. And I've done that to a really significant degree in my own business goals. But I knew that being part of a community really led by Kelly and her amazing team, and being surrounded by so many amazing professionals, business owners from all different walks of life, was really the thing I needed to help unlock things that I probably wasn't really thinking of as actively myself. And honestly, like, it's just been so good. Like, I look forward to this every single week. It's taking time for myself to be able to focus on areas that I haven't really given myself that permission to do up to now. And I'm just so excited for what's still to come within the program.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you touch on the fact that like this is elevating your business too.
Yeah.
That was one of the things we were talking about. We were like, wow, we are really seeing so many people unlocking these, you can't give out if you're not putting in.
Yeah.
And will you talk to me a little bit about the format of the program and the value that you saw? Like when you were on the edge and you were like, I'm going to do this.
Oh, yeah.
What was the value in the format of the program? Because I feel like it's very unique for this price point of a program.
Yeah, I agree. To be honest, I was a pretty easily sold. I think it also goes a lot with, what you're thinking going into something like this. I knew what I really wanted, and the Inevitable Millionaire program just like hit on all the marks. And I think a big selling point for me was the live calls every week. Not something that was overly regimented, but something that was really kind of in the motion, live, getting these really in-depth discussions going and being very action-oriented as well. So I love that aspect of the program where, yes, we have, of course, supporting materials that we can reference and go through, but a lot of the magic is happening on those calls with Kelly and with the team and with the mutual exchanges with the other amazing professionals that are there. I think that's just been like the mind-blowing part for me, where even if I'm not the one actively asking the question, there's just so much wealth of insight and knowledge that's being shared. And the actionability of it's just been a big hook for me. So I've loved everything about the format and the structure. I was a paid in full client because I was just like, I'm in. That's just the type of person that I am. So it's just been so worthwhile. And again, it hasn't even been that long that we've been in the program, several weeks. And I'm like so excited that this is a 12-month runway, that there's just so much that we're continuing to build on. I mean, I've already made really big strides within my business from the early action steps that I've been taking. So it's exciting to see where this can go as a next step.
Yeah, so you touched on it a little bit, but really, I mean, the community. I was saying before you got on, before, because I'm in there too, and I was like, I get on Facebook and I scroll, and it's just like, ugh, but now I get on and it's building people up and success stories. And so talk to me a little bit about the community in the group.
Yeah. I think that's that big pull for me with like whichever program that I choose to be a part of. It's who am I going to be surrounded with? So that was a huge, huge selling point for me. And knowing that not only do we have this incredible direct access to Kelly, once a week, but to be able to communicate and exchange and share stories with our fellow members anytime within the Facebook community, and a community that's fairly active, I'll say, which is great. It's always a little bit disappointing if you get into a community and it's like crickets and no one's really saying anything, but I think it just shows the level of caliber of talent and professionalism that's in this program, where we're all showing up. Like we were ready from day one, and that energy is just pouring through in the community. So like I said, whether, I'm actively posting an update or I'm checking in on other people's updates, it's just amazing to see everybody in their own right taking those action steps and supporting one another, right? We're coming from all different types of backgrounds and areas and expertise and business models. Some of my fellow members are, very far along in their journey and financially and professionally. And I'm more on the earlier stage of my professional journey, but still have made amazing strides. So it's so great to be able to see what's ahead and how I have this resource of amazing talent all around to help support one another in our goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you're just segueing from one of my questions to the next.
I'm reading your mind.
It's perfect. I swear we did not practice this.
No, totally live, impromptu. I love it.
Yeah. So the other piece of this, right, is that was exactly it. There's these really established in their business and their careers people. There are people who are starting their own businesses, but then there's also you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to be climbing the corporate ladder to find value in this. So talk to me about, a little bit about that, even just that whole personal side of it, and what you would say to someone who's on the other end of this going, well, my career's not big enough, or I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I don't know what I want to do.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so much gold there. I'm so happy that you asked that, because this program is so much more than just building your business. That I think was initially what I thought would be a big focus coming in of, right, kind of scaling to certain levels of business volume or whatnot. But there's such a huge focus on what wealth is overall, what that looks like, and actually a really big focus on the personal side of things, whether it's, the personal priorities, the family priorities, really factoring in all areas of your life and helping those goals become so much more in alignment with the actions that you're taking today. And that's probably been one of the biggest aha moments for me, because like I said, I'm kind of within year 2 of my business. So it's still fairly young, but I have big hopes and ambitions. But my family is still number one priority. And it's always been a huge priority for me, especially in starting my business venture. So just a lot of the concepts that we cover already so far in this program with Kelly, whether we're talking about things like the time trading or, different areas of our lives that can really help us level up in ways that we might not have envisioned, and how easy it can actually be to do that. It's not complicated. And I resonate with that a lot, as it's even how I coach. It's not complicated things that no one's going to remember. These are really all about consistency and less is more, and things that you could sink your teeth into that's going to help you in whatever area of your life that you want coming into the program. It's not a one size fits all model in that sense. And I think that's what's really cool about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are, in the spirit of, live launching these programs. We will not be doing this again until probably, the end of the year. So give me a little bit of perspective. Take yourself back to before making that purchase. And if you wouldn't have, where do you think where you would have been without it and where you're going to be with it? If you would have waited for the fall, what did realities look like? How do they compare?
Oh yeah, they're pretty different. Some of the key mindset shifts I've had in these last few weeks have been really, really pivotal. I mean, just the things and changes I've made in how I'm going about my business in the day-to-day are things that I probably would have still very much been doing, just, going through the motions and not bringing as much value to my business goals. And I was actually really starting to feel that prior to joining the program, which was one of the big pulls that brought me in, where I was like, I think things need to change. I've gotten this far on my own, and I have worked with coaches before and whatnot. So they've been really helpful in certain areas of my business. But I think this was just something that was really going to help explode it further and help me unlock really things that maybe I thought in the back of my mind would be things I would do in another year from now or 5 years from now. Even just thinking about being a millionaire, just felt so far away for me. And now it's something that I'm hey, you know what? With a lot of the things that we're talking about, this is definitely feeling a lot more within reach, and it's helping me take that needed action to clear away the things that are more distractions. It's not something that's happening necessarily overnight, but I know and I feel confident that I have the tools, and especially over the duration of the entire 12-month period, I'm going to be able to really implement all of this. But I've already made drastic changes in the day-to-day dynamic, the support I'm getting, how I'm navigating my team member right now, and building the areas of focus of the business and of my personal life to help me. And those are just like huge wins that I feel I've come really far with if I wouldn't have joined the program. It's just like one of like the best decision that I really could have made this year, and was like the gift that just came like, it just felt like it was something that like read my mind, and I just like, yeah, I need this. Like it wasn't even a question in my mind. And I'm so grateful that I'm a part of it.
Oh, that's amazing. And for sharing with us. Thank you so much, because I think
you're welcome.
It really is this kind of like pay it forward kind of community. And I love that. And you know what? Words are important, right?
Yeah.
I tell my kids this all the time. Words are important. We don't say mean things about ourselves and that kind of stuff. But then you start using words like millionaire, and you start to give yourself permission to go there.
Oh
and
my gosh. Yeah.
I can use this word. Like, and I can do these things, and it's so powerful. It's so
it really is. You said it as well, but like just, one of the key parts of the program is obviously focusing on like our big goals, like those big dream like goals, and making sure we're moving towards it. And like to the point where I've like literally gone to my husband, I'm like, I'm going to do this. Like I'm putting it out there. Like I'm doing this. I'm working towards this for us and our family. And like, it just felt so like, like so liberating to be able to say that and not feel like shy about it, or feel like, should I even be putting this out there? It's like, no, like I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Timeline still to be determined, but like it's happening. We're going to work towards this. And it just feels really liberating to, especially like I said earlier, be surrounded by professionals who are doing those types of things, or are looking at their next step beyond something like that. And to know that, we're going to have that kind of support the whole way through is just really priceless. Like I can't recommend this enough. If anybody is on the fence, like they're not paying me to say this. I'm genuinely like, I just mean it. And I feel so just excited and grateful to have taken that leap. And I mean, Kelly says this, I say it all the time, like investing in yourself is just like, it comes back tenfold in the ROI and the dividends that it pays. And when it's especially honing in on those areas of focus that you really feel you can use that kind of support with, and the holistic nature of this program, it's really quite one of a kind.
Absolutely. I want to talk just a little bit. We only have a couple minutes left, but I want to talk about an in-person event. And have you been at an in-person with Kelly?
Sorry, can you repeat that last part?
Have you been at an in-person with Kelly?
Oh gosh, no, I haven't. I'm so excited
about what you think that is going to be like, because
oh my gosh,
yeah, energy.
Oh, I had wanted to be part of the Game Changer event last year, and there were certain commitments I had that it didn't allow me to be a part of. So the fact that this is happening, and I'm like, I actually carved it out in my calendar. I've told the family, I'm like, I'm going. I am so excited. I just can only imagine like the level of energy. Like I know for everyone who's probably on the session today and are, wondering about joining the program, like it's going to be the community aspect probably on steroids. And just being there to be able to engage in that way in person, I'm just so excited for it. I don't know too much what to expect, but I know it's going to be one for the books.
Absolutely. I'm very excited too. So we all work remote. And I've been with Kelly Roach Coaching for 3 months now.
Oh, and amazing. The 90-day mark.
And I'm like,
congratulations.
Sign me up. Like, it's not even just about the programming. It's about that FaceTime. You get into this mindset.
Yeah.
And I had this pivotal moment the other day. I was sitting at my desk and I was like, I've tripled my salary in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like I've created this. And then you've got someone like Kelly who's just building you up every day.
Yeah.
And it's
remarkable.
Yeah. So, in these last few minutes, I know you've given us a lot of value here, but I'm going to just ask you to talk to the viewers just one more time and give them that last little piece of encouragement and advice on figuring out that this is a true valuable investment in themselves.
Oh, it so is. I mean, you echoed this a little bit earlier, but wherever you're at in your life, like this is going to benefit you. You know, for me, I was like, oh, you know what? I am maybe a little bit younger in my entrepreneurial journey versus others, but I'm like, I deserve to be a part of this. Like, I know that this is going to help me move mountains. And I've been so grateful for that decision from day one, like just from the very initial material, the first calls, the exchanges, the breakthroughs. There is just so much waiting for you on the other end. So, like, really, I mean, this is an investment that is just so worthwhile in every aspect. You're going to see how it's going to help you level up in ways that you didn't even think you could. And again, just like being able to have that direct access to Kelly in this way has been unbelievable. Like, I've looked up to her. It's amazing what she's been able to accomplish, what she's encouraged others to accomplish. So to be surrounded with that kind of energy, like that's the energy you want in your corner if you're really about taking things seriously into the next level in whatever area of your life that might concern. So yeah, honestly, don't wait. This is it. This is it. Like I said, this might be the last time that they're doing this year. You really don't want to miss out. Come join us on the inside. It's an amazing community. I've already made so many connections that will likely stay connections for life. And, you know, it would be great to have you be a part of that as well.
Thank you so, so much, Tiffany. Your story is amazing. Your energy is amazing. And we just so much appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. And I hope this was helpful for all of our viewers today. Hope to see you all on the inside. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Nicole's back with us.
Oh, that was awesome. I love listening to just the stories of our members, and it just warms my heart, fills up my cup, and it just being able to see how just impactful, I guess, is the word I want to use, that they have experience and just the type of people that they are. I'm so grateful that we have such amazing, good-hearted, kind people. So Tiffany, that was awesome. And thanks for sharing your story for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So I remember day one of the first session back in May, and I kept getting goosebumps. And I was like, well, this is weird. I'm not the person who I don't cry in movies. I don't get goosebumps like this. And it's literally every single conversation that we have. I mean, it was every single one in May. It's every single one in June. And I think it's because you're just like seeing this really true, profound impact on people's lives, you know, and they're making change and they're chasing their dreams. And we live in a world right now where I think we're just very hungry for a space where we build each other up, you know, and that is the space. So for anyone who's with us right now, we're going to have another guest hop on here very shortly. Go check out inevitablemillionaires.com. And there's some more information there. It'll outline the whole format for the program. Again, the cart closes today. So only a few hours left to join us. And look who has joined us. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey there. I hope you can hear me okay.
I can hear you. Yes, I can.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Well, welcome. We are so excited to have you here and to have your time. I haven't met you in person either. So I'm Chelsea Burns. It's great to meet you live and on air.
Yes.
I have been told about your energy and your excitement and the amazing, amazing things that you are doing. So I'm not going to stand in your way. I'm just going to open the door to you, ask you to introduce yourself and talk to me about how you got started and where you're headed.
Awesome. Well, I am excited about being here, especially today, to talk about this space that we're in. You just finished talking about how so many of us out there are yearning, right? We are yearning for a community that would allow us to express all of the greatness that exists within us, right? And to be able to tap into that, to be able to bring it out into the world. So I will start by introducing myself. My name is Myoshia Boykin Anderson. I am, by personal definition, a serial entrepreneur. And I say that because, you know, I have been blessed with a lot of God-given talent, and God has allowed me to express those talents in traditional and non-traditional ways. I am the owner of 2 IT companies, so I am a woman in tech,
Yes.
and super excited about that. My technology companies have allowed me to reach levels of success that have truly been outstanding for me and the people around me. I have recently become a real estate investor. So I own several short-term rental properties, and we're about to build our own subdivision that I'm super excited about. I have also, listened to this, just started a goat farm in Jamaica
Yes.
with my husband. So that has been quite an interesting journey. And then lastly, on my continued journey towards this level of success is the life work that I've put out there, this passion work, this vision that I have of pouring into other women by leveraging my faith and helping them leverage their faith. And that company is called Beyond Belief. And I'm just super excited about the Beyond Belief work that I'm able to do now. So that's kind of who I am. That is definitely along that journey. It's how I arrived here today. And I'm just excited about spending some time with you today, Chelsea, and just kind of talking about that journey. And my hope is that those that are listening here today will, if you are not already ready to, you would listen and you would position yourself to make the decisions necessary for your inevitable position, right? On your journey towards that. Because in all of us, we are all literally inevitable millionaires. I want you guys to hear that. We are all inevitable millionaires. And that plural on the millionaires is not just the millions themselves, right? Because million is not the destination. It is just, one milestone in the full journey. But it's also plural because it includes all of us, right? So yeah, I'm excited about being here, Chelsea.
I am so excited to hear about. We're going to schedule a separate call to hear about the goat farm. That's
Oh my goodness, a whole thing.
But the thing that I love about this program, we all have a story, right? And we all have a story that made us who we are, but to a degree also kind of has held us back. In a way, it's made us think that there are certain things we can and cannot do in life, right? I grew up on a farm. And, my destiny was to go to college, to find a man, to come back, to take over the farm. Clearly, that is not where we are right now. Clearly. But you look at people who have succeeded and who have done this, and you think, well, there's something different about them. Or they're a very small percentage of people. And you are just one of the many, many people in the short time I've been with Kelly Roach who I've met, and you're going, no, this can be anybody. So talk to me about the moment, because I'm almost positive you had a moment of, oh, heck no, I can do this. Yeah. What was that moment like for you?
And I'll tell you, it was definitely a moment. I often say that I entered this entrepreneurial journey involuntarily, like literally. So I'll give you a little background, and this is to speak to the statement that you just made, Chelsea, that we all have these stories, right? These ideals that we were brought up with. You go to school, you make good grades, you go to college, you get a degree, you start your career, you find the man, you have the 2.5 kids, you have the puppy, you have the white picket fence, and and all the things, right? For me, that was definitely not my story. I grew up, in the inner city of Houston, in an area we call Third Ward. It's very historic, but it was not the best conditions. I grew up with a mother who was addicted to drugs. I grew up with my father left at, I think, age 11 for me. And I had a baby young and out of wedlock. So it doesn't matter how your story starts. We all have the ability to rewrite the next chapter, right? We can't erase the chapters that came before, but we can rewrite what comes next. So I'm working on this job that I thought was my forever job. I was in IT. I was working as a technical account manager. We were doing system implementations, and it was the work that I absolutely loved. And I was really, really good at it. And one day, my supervisor came in and she said, the company has made a decision to close the office.
Oh no.
And Chelsea, I mean, if I could go back, I could literally imagine me, going like this, like someone had just punched me in my belly, right? Because it literally took the wind out of me. Like it, and I thought what I knew about corporate America was that they made these types of decisions all the time, but it took a while, whenever there was a takeover or a buyout or a sale or whatever, those things took time. But the next word that came out of her mouth was today. And I tell the story, I had to excuse myself to the ladies' room and I bawled. I literally bawled my eyes out. And that was my moment. That was the moment that I determined that no one would ever have that type of control over my life. Because while I was making good money, again, I thought this was my forever job. I was 25 years old. I was making $48,000 a year. And it was, oh my goodness. And that was 25 years ago. I'm going to be 50 on Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But I was making good money. But listen, I was living above my means. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had no savings. I had no college degree. So they literally held me in their hands, and making that decision put me in a very, very difficult and challenging position. So I determined at that moment that no, that this is not how it's going to go. And that's when I literally caught the entrepreneurial bug, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to make sure that I'm calling the shots from now on. Now, it didn't happen immediately. I didn't start my business until 9 months later, but that was my moment.
Yeah.
And this was I started my first company in November 1998, and I've been an entrepreneur ever since.
That is such an incredible story. I mean, it's just so powerful. And it helps relate people, because we hear these stories and we go, I can be that person. We all put ourselves back in that spot. I know what mine was. I know exactly when it was. And I love that you said it doesn't happen overnight. Right? We're not going to just get TikTok famous and make millions of dollars. You have to be dedicated to the work. So I'm going to segue us into Kelly Roach, what she does, and what this Inevitable Millionaire program is offering you, because arguably one could look back and say, you don't need this. You got this. You're living your dream. You're doing your thing, and you can just carry on. Why this program?
And you know what? And for those that would say that, it's absolutely true. I am already a millionaire. I am already a multi-millionaire. I have already reached the level of success that society and others would deem as appropriate, right? The reason I'm here is because along this journey, where I am today is not the destination. There is still so much growth that's left. There is still so much that as I pour into others, that I myself need poured back into me. And that's why I'm here. That's why this program is so amazing to me, because it helps fuel the journey. So no matter where you are, if you are, just starting, maybe you're just starting a career, maybe you are just launching your business, maybe you are just, waking up from this dream and you want to be able to figure out how to bring that dream to reality. Maybe you've already started, maybe you are a year or a couple of years in. No matter where you are, this is a space that allows you to tap into everything that's needed to get you to where you want to go and to fuel you for the remainder of the journey as well. So that's why I'm here. Even at the level that I am now, I still find value in what we are getting week after week after week, right?
Yes.
And the fact that it is a 52-week journey just means that you have these milestones that you want to reach, and you need the support. You need the encouragement to get there, and that's what this provides. It's going to help you when you come up against those roadblocks. And notice I said when and not if.
Mm-hmm.
When you come up against them, you're going to need something, a community, folks rallying around you that's going to help you push through, because otherwise it would be so easy for us to just get up and, throw in the towel, or just say, forget it, or to think maybe this really wasn't for me. And that's the furthest thing from the truth.
Yep. Absolutely. You touched on this a little bit I want to talk a little bit about the format of the program, especially since today's the last day. Cart closes today. We will not be launching this program again until somewhere toward the end of the year. And so we really want to make sure that we are diligent in communicating to people what this is and what the value is. And so it is the 52 weeks, right? But I would make the assumption that you've invested in yourself in a lot of different ways. So talk to me about the uniqueness of this program and the value that you feel that you got, because no matter what point we get financially, we all make decisions very similarly. And there is weighing whether or not that financial investment has a return that aligns with our values. And so talk to me a little bit about the format of the program.
I think I'll talk about the format, and I'll also talk about the financial investment, because it literally is not only a financial investment, but it's a personal investment. It's a time investment. And, I'll tell you, when I think of investing in myself, it is something that I have grown quite comfortable in doing, because I know that it's worth it. And am I not worth it? Right. So I am investing in coaching and mentoring and all of the things that's going to help me get to where I want to go. And this program is supplemental to the other things that I'm already doing. I want you guys to hear that. It is supplemental to the other things that I'm doing, right? But it's very necessary, because it's what's pulling all of the things together, right? The intentionality around what Kelly brings every week, the intentionality around the worksheets that we are given, and the importance of us doing the work, right? So you're not just going to come in and it's just going to be, blase.
Yeah.
There's work to be done. But when I tell you the way the work is building on every week is just quite amazing. And quite honestly, nobody does it like Kelly. I'm just gonna say that. Literally, no one does it like Kelly. The way she's able to bring in her experiences from the past, right? And how they allow her to stand in this position of credibility, and all of that is one of the true values of this program. So I just encourage you today. I understand that there may be some of you who are questioning whether or not this is for you. I'm sure there are some of you that have listened to the sessions up to now and you've enjoyed them. Like you've literally enjoyed them. And part of you may be saying, it just seems, I mean, I love it. I love everything that I've heard. I love the people that have come up and spoke and had things to say, but it's, I'm not quite sure if it's for me. Let me definitely tell you that it is, right? And why not? Why not, right? There are dreams that you have. There are desires that you have. There are things you want to do. There are next levels that you want to reach. And all the things you want to be a better version of you, not just for you, but for your family and for your community and for the people around you. So what better investment to make than the investment to you so that you'll be able to develop the mindset and the actions that accompany that mindset to get you to the point of being one of the inevitable millionaires.
So beautifully said. I'm just going to hand the mic over to you. You can just take it from here.
I love it. I love being here, Chelsea. Like I literally do. And I love talking about the benefits of it because people just need to know that it's literally for all of us. Like there is nobody that this is not for. I take that back. If you're not ready to put in the work, if you're not serious about you and about what lies ahead of you, then this is probably not where you need to be. But if you are tired of not doing what it requires, as Kelly would say, not doing the things that your dream requires you to do, if you're not ready, then that's not for you. But if you are, if you're saying, you know what, this is my time. How many of you are saying this is my time? It actually is. It actually is. And don't let this slip by because you don't want to be one of those who this time next year is having the coulda, woulda, shoulda conversation with yourself, right? So do it. Just do it now. Like literally right now. You guys have probably already gotten the link. You've been listening, over the last several days. I mean, listen, just make the decision. Just do it. And I'll see you on the inside. Because listen, as vocal as I am today, I'm vocal every week on the calls. So come join me. Don't you guys want to come join me? Listen, I say make the decision today.
Yeah. And to get access to this energy. I mean, we hear a lot about right now, control what you can control. Self-care. There's all of these buzzwords. And, as someone who's in marketing, right, my whole goal is to strip the buzzwords out, people, and to show you that this is real, right? Self-care can be a manicure. It sure can. But self-care is certainly not the $200 in DoorDash I'm spending every month. Right. Like when I sit down and do my budget, the money's there. I'm spending the money. And it doesn't take a whole lot to get to $327 a month anymore, right? Yeah. We control what we can control by investing in us and unlocking the power within us. And to hear, I told Nicole earlier, I said, I'm not a person who cries in movies. I don't get goosebumps. I have gotten goosebumps literally every single time I have talked to or engaged in anything around this program because it's so powerful. Yeah. So I want to be cognizant of your time. I know you're very busy. Give a quick final shout out to the people who are watching this going, oh, I'm right there. I don't know. I really want to know about the goat farm, but I'm not sure if I should take the next step. One final takeaway for us.
I think literally my final words are just to do it. Like literally like Nike, just do it. As Chelsea mentioned, like it's not a point of us not being able to afford it, right? Because we can't afford not to do it. Yeah. Your dreams can't afford for you not to do this. Yes. And all you have to literally do, as Chelsea mentioned, just look at the thing. Listen, I'm sure I have $327 right here. Look, right here, I'm sure. So I say just make the decision and then just ask yourself, are you not worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Are you not worth it? Of course you are.
Yep.
Of course you are.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, for your energy. Greatly appreciate it. And I'm sure I will be seeing you again very soon. Have a
Yes.
wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you for having me, Chelsea. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you're catching us in the replay, you can still leave us comments in the chat. We are monitoring those. We will reach out to you. Nicole is your girl. She will get in touch with you, get you everything you need. Again, one final reminder, we have been sending all sorts of goodies to your inbox. You've got free podcast downloads, worksheets, replays, the whole nine. So dig in there, see what you've got. Join us for the Zoom this evening. Again, there's links in the chat. We'll drop it in there one more time. We'd love to see you tonight. Cart closes today. You can go to inevitablemillionaires.com to get more information, to join us, to get in on this energy. It's time. We're ready, and we're so excited to see you. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.